Hello there, this is Trafalgar Valentine. How's it going today? Today I'll be doing a car drawing. Today is an Austin Vantage GT3, which is an awesome racing car. So let's just get down with it. Giggity giggity. Just sketching with a biro today. So I'm just going to do ground level. It's A4 bit of paper I'm working with, and this is just half of it, so it's about an A5 size. Might actually zoom in a bit. There we are. Okay, that covers the area. Just starting with some small light shapes. So this is where I want the wheel arch to go, the front one. It's going to be quite low to the ground. And the side skirt curls very close. Then for the rear wheel. Then for the... I'm doing completely all the way around just because the wheel covers it up. I'll do the wheels actually now. So this will be the first one. Just going round. Okay. Then it's got a big spoiler on here, so I might just do that first because that sticks out quite a lot. Like so. The angle of this car is going to be about this angle, so I'm just going to maintain that throughout the vehicle. Spoiler's held on by these two bits of metal, two support frames. It's probably the best way of calling them. One there, one here. And for the photo reference, I can see that the body curls up. It's good for when you're using photo reference just to have a look. Sometimes when it's hard to see where things go and rise and stuff, have a look where it corresponds to some sections. So I know this what here, it's just to the left of this wheel. I know that it rises up just to where the spoiler is. Ooh, had a bit of technical difficulties there, sorry. So this just curls round, get a nice smooth shape. I'm just sketching with the biro, but you can do this in pencil if it's easier for you. So just keep it nice and light and fluffy. You're not going to bake a cake with a rock hard dough, you want to keep it light and fluffy. And I know the windscreen starts just before this wheel, so just do a line there. Okay, the passenger side windows is a nice smooth shape going down. I've got the side mirror here. Curl the top part round. Just want to smooth that down a bit. Okay, and the door comes to about there. It doesn't come all the way to the bottom just because this part of the car is an extension to the original body. So the door actually just comes down to the bottom of what would be the original body. But because it's modified heavily for racing, it's got this giant side skirt which is this bit of bodywork stuck onto the actual side. So, hence the name, side skirt. That joins onto that. And this wheel arch section in the side skirt is a bit more indented. So this bit would be the lightest part of the car. So it's just further out. Okay, let's go down to the front, across. Right, let's start with the front. It's a little bit more complicated, the front. So we're just going to work our way across, just slowly sketch across. It's a small bump where the wheel is. There. This is where the headlight will be. Comes back down. Curls a little bit at the end. And then back round. Okay. There's a rough shape anyway. Then we've got the lights. Weird alien eye kind of weird shapes. I've got the other one there. Now for the, let's do the bonnet. Keep nice smooth shapes going up. Got a vent there and a vent there. You'll see more of the vent here. So these ones will be slightly bigger than these ones, so don't worry if this one looks a bit smaller. These ones are just a little bit bigger. Vents will probably allow different parts of the engine to cool when it's racing. Just do some more, a bit more of a heavier line on the windscreen. Curl it round. Okay, it's looking nice slowly. Maybe I'll start with the front grille. Just go across those lines I did before. Go down and up. It's got a signature kind of shape, the Aston Martin. This just comes over where the light starts there. Like I said before, you can see more of this part of the car, so this bit will be wider, and you can see less of this, so this will be thinner. And then we want to curl this round the same as the shape, so you can imagine that the front end curls like that, and then we'll do the same for the grille. Like so. Then from here, this is the bottom part of the grille, this is the front body work coming down. Just excuse me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. Right, where was I? Oh yes. Just curl that down. Round. Do the front splitter, front there. Okay, it's starting to take a bit more shape now. Do some other details such as the door handle. There's some gill-like shapes here for the vents. If you just do vertical lines going down, and just do a diagonal line going on here, give the illusion of it being on the inside. Just darkening up some areas, I'm just smoothing out, just going backwards and forwards. Okay, I've just thought of a good way of breaking down the shading that I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to highlight some of the darker areas. So I want this wheel arch to be quite dark, quite light. Sorry. So I'm just keeping this bit, just doing quite a thick line going down. Still sketching with this biro. Till around there. Same with this wheel arch on this side. So I'm just going to pivot the page just so I can get that momentum going with my wrist. If I was working in a larger area, I'd be probably using more of my arm. I can't right now, but never mind. It's fine, it's fine. It's good. Okay. Some other sections I might want darkening is around the grill. Underneath this light. This grill, I'm just doing an inside edge, just give it that 3D effect. That front split going down. This will probably be jet black, so just remember, don't do slow lines going across like you're trying to outline a car or tracing paper or something like that. Try and just keep it a feathering technique. This is just smooth the transition. And maybe darker one underneath there. These vents are obviously going to be all very jet black. I'll do that in a moment. Just on the edges here. Just by emphasizing the darker areas first, it just gives me something to work with. Okay. Whoop, camera's moving around. These will be quite dark. And under. If you do make a mistake with one of these dark areas, like for instance if you do a line there that you didn't want to do, just kind of smooth it out with the pen. Not to worry, just make it part of the car. And you'll develop that with experience. There you go, you won't even notice that that line was there. Just smoothing out some of these darker areas. I'm just thinking I might do some racing stripes on here, but I'm wondering how should I do them. Maybe I should do like a weird jagged decal or something on the side here. So maybe I should just go up there. It's not in the photo reference or anything like that, but I just thought it'd be pretty cool to draw. It's not quite flames, but it's just like, it's a weird fun design. Maybe another one here. I haven't done this edge darker just because I want this to be more of a highlighted edge, so the light's coming from this way. Well, more of the light anyway. Okay, I might just do the wheels as well while I'm here. So it's just about pivoting the right shape. It's good to brush, like, in your spare time, just to practice doing circles and wheels, just so you can get the right shape and stuff. So I want this to be quite a very, very large rim. I'm just slowly feathering around. Try to keep this edge of the wheel all the same. It's going to be jet black, so I'm not too fussed about the inside, but just go across. There we are. Okay, now for the rim on the inside. Just going to do a circle here. You can do lots of different choices of rims, so maybe you can find one on Google, then just transfer it to this vehicle. Just break it down into simple shapes, it's quite straightforward. So because this inside the wheels could be shown, for these spokes I'm just drawing. I'm going to leave, not bring it right to the edge, but sort of bring it in the middle. Like so. And because you'll see less of the inside here, we'll bring this right to the rim. Like so. And then I can draw the inside the wheel. Should be quite large. And try and keep it the same shape all the way around. Like so. I'm just doing some light shading behind it. Like that. Join these up. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to do a bit of shading with the biro. I'll finish off with a wheel very similar to this, so you're not missing anything. And what I'm going to do for the darker sections that I've outlined here, is I'm just going to do a feathering technique. So I'm just going to the darkest section and just flick my wrist going across with the biro. And although like maybe one or two strokes, it doesn't have that much of effect. But if you just keep at it and keep it constant and slowly move down the page, if it helps, just lift up your hand slightly and just maintain exactly the same pivot of your wrist, like so. Slowly move down. I haven't been to art school, I've just been practicing, so I don't know the correct terminology and how to actually describe this. If any of you do, just leave a comment below, it'd be great. But yeah, I'm just feathering across. This will be, again, the darker shade of the feathering. And then for the lighter shade, do exactly the same. Start a little bit in the inside, but go a bit lighter, so you're barely just touching it. And you might not be able to see it that much first, but just slowly build up a consistency. Just be patient and go across. And then when we get to smaller details around here, just slow it down. When we get to larger areas, you can build it back up again. And slowly just building across. There you are, you can build like a nice gradient. So I'm just going to do that for all the dark patches I've done around here, so you're not missing anything, and now you know what I'm actually doing. I might go into some of the lighter shades as well. So the lighter shades, I'm just doing a slight bit of shading around them, but I'm just using the feathering technique again in certain sections, and just very lightly with the biro. So what's good about the biro, you can go from various shades like pencil. I'm trying to keep the same shape as well, so it's not flat vertical lines, but it's a smooth wheel arch going round, following that shape round. Long lines on the side skirt, like so. Okay, I'll probably just move into time lapse just so I can do all this. One moment. Okay guys, I'm just about all finished there, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to work into a fine liner, just to highlight some of these darker areas, just because the majority of this is all grey, but if you just work on that small black fine liner, just make some of these areas pop. I'm just going to go across some of the edges just to clean them up a bit. As you can see, I've applied that feathering technique around all majority of areas, and doing it a bit lighter some areas, like around here and stuff, but so yeah, what do you think? Aston Martin racing version. So just black lines. Just some areas where it's going to be the most darkest, so on the inside of the wheel here. Like so. Just a little bit around this edge. Just smoothing it all off of the edges around there, around the headlights. Just do a few little dots and lines on it. Love to see what these kind of cars are like, Aston Martins. Never seen one before. What would we like to drive? Love to drive a racing car, but not on the main road. I'm too scared, especially with the power of them. I'm used to 1 litre kind of cars, 1.2. I think the fastest car I ever drove was a 1.6, no 1.8. I passed my license in a 1.8 Ford Focus. That was probably the most fastest car I've been allowed to actually drive. I say allowed to drive because when I was younger, my mother had a 2 litre car and she wouldn't let me get near it. Not after she saw the way I kind of handled cars. I enjoyed doing a few burnouts and donuts and stuff like that, and she didn't. Thought it was a bit inappropriate to give me the keys to hers. Fair enough, I don't really blame her, to be honest. Okay, we just a line here, just on the frame of the spoiler. Go down. Then the inside of this wheel. I haven't done much shading on the rim, so I might just do a line just going down there, maybe another circle in the centre. There we are. If you have any suggestions for any cars you would like me to draw, be it cartoon or film cars or anything like that, especially I like doing those ones because you don't see them very often, just leave a comment below. Some feedback would be great. So yeah, this has been the Aston Martin racing version. I was going to do something, but I forgot what I was going to do. Oh yes, might just highlight the bottom ground in purple marker just to see what it might look like. Okay, thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back with another one very soon. Goodbye.